like, comment, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. All right, y'all, I'm back with some new content. This video features Tron, aka Logan, aka Whom Canoe. Guys, please be sure to drop me a comment, smash the heck out of that like button, and share. All right, y'all, let's get into this video.
All right. Peace, y'all, man. Peace. See if I can get this ring light on. I really like using these ring lights, but coming after you. All right. Peace, y'all. Hey, what's good? Yeah, buddy, 1984, what's good with you? Yeah, buddy, 1984. What's going on? I don't know who this is. Sometimes these be trolls.
Did y'all hear Tron, aka Logan, aka Whom Canoe, talk about trolls? He's another ex-member who actually blocked me, but he doesn't understand how it works. I have multiple troll accounts, and I will always be watching. They'll come to an understanding soon that they can't stop the Medea movement.
Greetings. What's good with you? Sometimes these be people that are just trying to record my live. You know what I'm saying? Trying to put it up on the internet. Hey, things are good though. Things are very good. Things are progressive. Just coming in just to basically just to have some conversation. 1 second. I gotta get my music. We got music in the background. It's not the music I'm trying to play right now. So that's what I'm listening. All right. The God Conference, yes. So basically, in this moment in time right now, I wanted to elaborate and talk about something real quick, but I'm gonna wait for some people to get in the room. Whoever's gonna join this live, if everyone joins this live at this moment in time, I do know it's a different time and space we're in. Share the live. Yes. Absolutely. Conscious melanated. What's good? Man, I got a lot of things that I'm taking away accomplishments, man. I love the chart that I made. There's gonna be a chart that's gonna be coming out very soon, either today or tomorrow. This chart is basically just 9 daily principles or habits or things that you can put into action that allow you to get some of your time back. I made something the other day, a video the other day, and I was talking about how important it is for people to get their time back. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are not they don't have their ability to get the time back because their time is being taken away, or they're taking their own time away from, I would say, meaningless habitual actions. That's the best way I can describe it, is meaningless habitual actions.
All right, right, y'all. Going ahead and drop me a comment, smash the heck out of that like button, and share. Thank you guys in advance.
So, a representation of a meaningless habitual action that has been put into practice is people scrolling, you know what I'm saying, on the internet all day. Now, the internet and these computer devices, whether it be a phone or a laptop or a desktop, these are devices that you can utilize to enlighten yourself, to gain wisdom, to tap in to certain kinds of information that will advance you. So it is a positive thing. You can use these things in a positive way. But more often than not, especially in today's society, people are not utilizing these in the best way, which is why a lot of people fall victim to the traps that are set out to take away from your time, to take away from your energy, to take away from, you know what I'm saying, you being able to do the best that you can do for yourself. And this is why it's important for us to understand, these devices that we're using, these social medias that we're using. You should ask yourself, when you're on Facebook, first, what is Facebook? What am I doing on Facebook? And then how is it benefiting me? When you get on YouTube, you should ask yourself, what is YouTube? How do you use YouTube, or how are you using YouTube, and how does it benefit your life? Same with Instagram. What is Instagram? Why am I using Instagram, and how is it benefiting my life? These are things that you have.
All right, y'all. If you haven't picked up your copy of Greatness is a Habit, authored by Aaron Dixon, otherwise known as True. Many of you know him as True. He is an ex-Carbonnation member, and he's authored this amazing read. If you are interested in self-development and growth, this book is a good one for you. It's available on Apple Books for $1, guys. I got my copy, and I love this book.
Ask yourself with everything that you come into contact with, whether it be a person, a place, or a thing, because people, places, and things can become distractions if you let them. Let me repeat that. A person, a place, or a thing can become a distraction if you allow it. So being in a space of awareness will allow you to compartmentalize the things that you have in your reality to, either utilize them in a positive way, or whether they're being an asset or a distraction. Shouts out to Lean Kelly. What's good, Lean Kelly? What's up, man? How are you? I'm great, man. I'm great. Conscious melanated. I'm good. So you want to be able to have this self-awareness. Now, one thing that I'm always talking about and understanding is that this environment and the people that are in this environment, they can contribute to you if you entertain these things, but they will burn you out. A lot of people are burnt out. Let me explain what I mean when I say people are burnt out. I'm saying a lot of people have not spiritually evolved and moved, past certain levels that they were at, because a lot of people are burnt out.
All right, y'all. Going ahead and drop me a comment, smash the heck out of that like button, and share. Thank you guys in advance.
A lot of people are tired. A lot of people don't care to apply any more information to their life, or want to learn or grow or study more information, because a lot of people are burnt out. And this happens very simply when you get information. Like, some people get information and you find out the information that you got may not necessarily be right and exact. And because the information is not necessarily right and exact, or there's an advancement.
Y'all, I think he talking to himself right here. I definitely believe that Tron, a.k.a. Logan, a.k.a. Whom Canoom, is having a conversation with himself, because he just mentioned people getting information that's not actually correct. And guess what? The man that he followed for 5 years blindly, called him his Messiah, his master teacher, Eligio Bishop, a.k.a. Nature Boy, a.k.a. Three God, did nothing but give them false, incorrect, and wrong information on a regular basis.
Exact, or there's an advancement to, or an update to the current information that you have, that means that you have to apply a transitioning point to where now you're pivoting, you know what I'm saying, your actions. The way that you used to eat now changes because you found another piece of information that's allowing you to understand more about health. So you become more aware when it comes to health consciousness, and now you pivot again to make a transition or to make a change in your life when it comes to eating. The same thing is with knowledge and information that we apply to our life. When you get information, this information when put into action will change your behavior. Information and knowledge is like the instructions. It's an instruction, and when you receive that instruction, you apply that instruction, and then you ultimately will experience the result of an action of what instructions you received and chose to apply. Now, if you get information and you choose not to apply it, then it's not active, it's dead. Any information and knowledge that you do not apply to your life and don't utilize it in some way, shape, form, or fashion, it becomes inactive and it is dead. It is stagnant. It has no use. You know what I'm saying? Wisdom comes from the application of information. You feel me? So a lot of people are smart dummies out here where they have information, but they're not applying the information, which is why they don't have any wisdom. You feel me? A lot of people that have wisdom are people that apply information, a lot of information to their life. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all, Tron, aka Logan, aka Whom Canoom, strikes me as being very paranoid. Like, as soon as somebody joins his chat, he sits up to see who it is. Like, I don't know. He's paranoid. Well, I guess he should be, because I'm always watching. Always. No matter if you block me, Tron, aka Logan, aka Whom Canoom, I'm always gonna be watching.
To their life, you know what I'm saying? They may have gone through a lot of things. That's another thing. They go through a lot of things. When you have information, you go through a lot. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things you go through. There's a lot of things that you develop and you change. You are the CEO of your business. When I say you are the CEO of your business, I'm talking about your life. Your life is your business. Just like you have a business and you allow certain people to come into your business, they are your employees. You have good employees, some employees are not so good. Same thing with your life. The people that enter into your life, they are essentially like your employees. And when I say that,
now, do y'all know who else said that you are the CEO of your life and that the people who come into your life are your employees? Yep, you guessed it right. Eligio Bishop, a.k.a. Nature Boy, a.k.a. Three God. Y'all better peep game. This is not the first time that Tron, a.k.a. Logan, a.k.a. Whom Canoom, will use the carbonation rhetoric while he, put your quotas up, says he's teaching. It's unfortunate, but true. They all need psychiatric help.
Employees. And when I say that, just bear with me. I'm saying that these people are either going to be an asset to you or they're going to be a liability. And as you being the CEO of running your company, of your life and your world, you have to make sure that anybody that's coming into your reality understands your motives, understands your business, understands, your agenda. Because if not, the people or the beings that come into your life, they're going to come in as quick as they come in, as fast as they're going to leave, because these beings were not meant to stay into your reality. Now, beings that understand and harmonize with you, when you create harmony and you're harmonizing with people, those are the beings that will stay the longest. You feel what I'm saying? The beings that stay the longest in your reality and then you have the least conflict with are the ones that you can harmonize with. Point blank, period. If you are not harmonizing with the people in your life over a consecutive amount of time, just like at a job, if you're in a job and you're not fitting the description of what the job is requiring and asking of you to do, then eventually you will have to leave. Whether you're at that job for 2 days, whether you're at the job for 2 months, whether you're at that job for 2 years or 5 years or 6 years, it does not time. You could say, oh, you were there for 5 years. Why all of a sudden? Or you were there for 6 years. No. Whatever amount of time that you spent at a specific job or a specific environment.
Tron, aka Logan, aka Hum Kanoom. Are you talking about like how you spent 5 years in a cult by the name of Carbonnation, led by Eligio Bishop, aka Nature Boy, aka Three God? Now, if anybody on the internet is like, checking for Tron, aka Logan, aka Hum Kanoom, and feel like he has some type of knowledge, let me just clarify something for y'all. This is all regurgitated information from Eligio Bishop, aka Nature Boy, aka Three God. There is not one original thing that Tron has said since he started this video. This is like he's just going through an old Nature Boy download.
Specific job or a specific environment or a specific whatever, if that environment or those beings that you are around are not harmonizing with you, then eventually you will have to separate. Same thing happens with family members, relationships, friends. All of that is synonymous around magnetic poles. That's what we're dealing with. We're dealing with magnetism. Essentially, that's what all things break down to when we're understanding the polarities. The polarities mean that it's either something that's in agreement or disagreement. It's either something that is positive or something that has a negative charge. And if something has a negative charge and you are positively charged, you feel what I'm saying? They say, opposites attract. Absolutely, opposites can attract. You feel what I'm saying? But having beings that are positively charged, like you are positively charged, there's something called a harmonic resonance. The harmonic resonance is when you have two vibrations or two frequencies that harmonize together with each other on the same octave, to where energy can flow between these two gates or between these two frequencies. They can harmonize. You feel what I'm saying? Like you have on a musical scale, you can have A minor. You know what I'm saying? You can have B minor, and you could play A minor or B minor at the same time, and there's going to be a harmonic resonance. Even though they're different keys, the octave and the tone is still the same, even though it's different keys. So there's a harmonic resonance. You feel what I'm saying? And this is what happens when we're mind linking with people. When you mind link with someone, you're sharing your thoughts and they're sharing their thoughts. Now, if your thoughts and their thoughts do not align, like over 70% of the time or anything over 50% of the time, then what happens is destructive interference is going to take place. A destructive interference, explained, in quantum physics, is just, or in physics, is where if you have two pebbles and you drop these two pebbles at the same rate, the same speed, and they hit the water, you know what I'm saying, they will create a wave. And these waves can cancel each other.
All right, y'all, going ahead and drop me a comment, smash the heck out of that like button, and share. Thank you guys in advance.
Out depending on the time and the weight and the hitting of the water. You feel what I'm saying? It will create a ripple effect, and it can literally either cancel each other out or it can create a bigger wave. You feel what I'm saying? So this is the same thing when it comes to situations of being in or having beings in your reality. It will either be a constructive interference or a destructive interference. If you find yourself arguing, or if you find yourself going back and forth, if you find yourself just having a distasteful taste for a certain kind of experience with a being or whatever the case may be, this lets you know that there is a destructive interference. Now, I'm not saying that you don't have to work through certain things. Not everything is going to be peaches and cream. When you have a friendship, obviously that friendship that you have with that specific person is not always going to be peaches and cream. We're not here to put some type of illusionary, not practical understanding when it comes to dealing with the nature of beings. We do have to have an understanding, that there is going to be, trials and tribulations when you are, uniting with families, when you're uniting with friends, when you're uniting with people in relationships, there is going to be trials and tribulations, and that knowing how to deal with those trials and tribulations is going to also be dependent upon how much constructive interference is created between you and the beings, whether it be a person, a place, or a thing, or how much destructive interference is created between you and said beings, whether it be a person, a place, or a thing, right? So
Y'all do know that Tron, aka Logan, aka Whom Kanoom, is in desperate need of cult deprogramming, right? Like, pay attention. This is all Eligio Bishop, aka Nature Boy, aka Three Gods. Put your quotas up. Teachings. The only difference is that he's not saying I love myself and that he gives honor and reverence to his higher self. That's the only thing that's different, y'all.
Be a person, a place, or a thing, right? So getting into this mind frame and this mindset, it allows us to be the alchemists, you know what I'm saying? The gods and the goddesses of our reality. You become an alchemist when you decide, what beings or what places or what things best suit you specifically. That's when you start to become the alchemist, you become a god. You know what I'm saying? You're stepping into God mode because now you have enough will because of the advancement of information that you are now tapped into or that you can now gain and muster up enough willpower to choose the things that you want in your life, in your reality. There's 8 billion people on this planet. You know what I'm saying? So finding a group or relating to a group of people, it's not so far-fetched. Although you do have certain beings that would like you to be stuck, you know what I'm saying, in a specific frame of mind to think that there is no beings that will relate with you. And if there are beings that will relate with you, those beings are going to be nutcases just like you. You want to know why? Because I don't like you. Because I don't like you and your character, anyone that associates themselves with you has to be a nutcase. So guess what? I don't like you and I don't like anyone that associates with you. This is the impression that people try to put on, especially those indigo children, especially those beings that are highly advanced, that are here in the awakening, that are stepping away from society, that are kind of the black sheep in the family, that are looked upon a little bit different. These beings are the ones that experience the most strife or experience some of the most, being looked at differently because you are different. You are not meant to fit in because your way of seeing life is different, because of your ability to have a larger perception of awareness. And it's not to bring anyone down, and it's not to say, oh, I have a greater sense of awareness, you don't. It's none of that. You feel what I'm saying? It's just dealing with the facts. If you go into a job and this job, the person that is training you in the job is mastered in a specific in a specific field within that job, like electrician work, guess what? That being is going to be a teacher to you because they know about electrician work and you do not know about electrician work. So you are going to learn from an experienced electrician. You feel what I'm saying? And this is where we start to, we become students. You feel what I'm saying?
Now, I ain't even finna hold y'all, but I get being a student. But when do you graduate, though? When does one graduate from needing and or wanting a master teacher or a higher self? When does that happen, Tron, a.k.a. Logan, a.k.a. Whom Kanoom? I don't think it will ever happen because you are afraid to be led and guided by yourself to grow up and start making adult decisions on your own, making better choices on your own without having some type of doctrine or religion to tell you what to do.
You become students, you feel what I'm saying? And that's where you start to learn, So look at it like that. For anyone that may, not understand it, guys, I'm just giving you an example. When it comes to the expansion of awareness, it just means that you have an awareness in a specific avenue or field of understanding that maybe the general public or the general people that you're around on a daily basis don't have an awareness of. Doesn't mean you're greater or they're better or you're worse or you're worse and they're better. It does none of that. People will try to make it seem like that because You know what I'm saying? People just want to put something on somebody. Oh, look, he think he doing something. He think he nah. It just comes down to knowing, you know what I'm saying, what you know. You feel me? But you know, we're dealing with a lot of people here, especially in this day and time, where it's just more hate than there is love. And let me retract that statement, because there's really not more hate than love. Even somebody that's hating on you has to have a certain amount of love, because to do something repetitively over and over again, that means you must have some type of love for that. Because if you don't love doing something, like if someone were to just repetitively, you know what I'm saying, hate on you, you know what I'm saying, or you know, talk about you, you know what I'm saying, or say something negative about you, right? There's a level of love attached to that, because that person has taken the time out of their day to even want to understand, or not even understand, but I say even would take the time out of their day to make a statement or a comment about you. You feel what I'm saying? That means that they have time today.
Yep, I got time every day. Trust and believe. I will take a live and bust it down and pinpoint exactly how I see that Eligio Bishop, aka Nature Boy, aka Three God, has left a long-lasting negative impact on your life.
You feel what I'm saying? That means that they have time today. You know what I'm saying? They got time today to deal with you. You know what I'm saying? For whatever reason, however they coming at you. But really, all hate is love. You know, really. And it's funny because we know this, because you know, even in the family, like when you get chastised by, you know, certain family members, you know what I'm saying, they may be, you know, talking down on you, they may chastise you, they're trying to, you know, ruffle your feathers and shake you up or whatever like that, you know, and then you hear it all the time. They'll be like, I'm just, you know what I'm saying, it's just tough love, baby. You know what I'm saying? It's just tough love. And they give you that little ruffle trying to, you know what I'm saying, it's love, you know. But some people's egos are so big, they don't even want to admit that it might be some type of love.
Now, let's not go there, Tron, a.k.a. Logan, a.k.a. Whom Canoom. Let's not talk about egos. Let's not do that, because you, sir, you have a serious inflated ego. You think that you're, like, giving people knowledge when you're just regurgitating cult information. All of this information that you are talking about, this is Eligio Bishop, a.k.a. Nature Boy, a.k.a. Three God, reincarnated through you.
Even want to admit that it might be some type of love, because then if there's some type of love, then that means they have to, you know, to a certain degree, check how they're coming at you, because you can't just, you know what I'm saying, say anything or come at anyone left field or sideways, you know what I'm saying, to the degree that a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, are moving nowadays, especially online. Because what online does is it allows a barrier in between people. So, you know what I'm saying, I could, you know, troll someone, you know what I'm saying, in their entire life, you know what I'm saying, online, but offline, am I really going to follow that person around? Imagine these people that be trolling other people, right? And making a spectacle about their life, right? Imagine.
Oh no, Tron, a.k.a. Logan, a.k.a. Whom Canoom. I ain't got the good sense God gave a goat. So as far as trolling somebody in person, hell yeah, I'll do it. In a heartbeat. What you gonna do? Not shit. Okay? That's what you're gonna do. Not a damn thing.
And making a spectacle about their life, right? Imagine if these people didn't have, you know what I'm saying, social medias. Can you imagine a motherfucker just, you know what I'm saying, just following a motherfucker like, oh, see, and look, he's doing this, and walking around with like a little microphone, just like following him. No social media, just anyone that's like, you know, a hater or a troller. You know what I'm talking about. There's certain people, just imagine a motherfucker on your ass every day. As hard as people go, you know what I'm saying, talking about this, talking about that, about people. Like, you got these podcasters. Some of them, you know, have a whole life, you know what I'm saying, podcasting and making videos about celebrities. Can you imagine if these people making videos about celebrities just walked around all day following these people in their actual life?
Just a quick FYI, Tron, a.k.a. Logan, a.k.a. Whom Canoom. There are actually people who follow celebrities around, watching their every move and report on it. Have you ever heard of TMZ? Have you ever heard of a paparazzi? That exists, sir.
They following these people in their actual life. The amount of time that they're spending, you know what I'm saying, talking about people. So this is just to put into perspective what's really going on here. People are literally lost in the internet. they're lost in the metaverse, because this metaverse or this internet has given people a voice. People that were voiceless and probably never had a voice in real life were able to have an opportunity to have, a voice.
Can y'all hear Eligio Bishop, aka Nature Boy, aka Three Gods? The internet gives cowards an outlet talk. That's what Tron, aka Logan, aka Whom Canoom, is saying right now. And he's trying to act like he's still not at Carbonnation. He's trying to act like he's in the Wapian. He should be over there pushing 3 with them women.
To have, a voice online to say whatever it is, whether you're using TikTok or whether you're using Facebook or whether you're using, YouTube or, any of these platforms. Now people all of a sudden have a voice to speak their mind and be able to commentate on certain things that they want to elaborate. Even me right now, I'm able to disseminate certain kinds of information to y'all, to give, any kind of information that may.
Y'all better not be listening to Tron, a.k.a. Logan, a.k.a. Canoom. Y'all looking at a man that needs some serious counseling, some serious cult deprogramming, some psychiatric attention.
Any kind of information that may help, somebody, and that's the reality, is that, I get messages, from some of my old videos all the time. I'm helping somebody. Somebody was like, hey, So that's the thing. A lot of people are coming from their own perspectives in life. And when you're coming from your own perspective in life and you're not including the mass majority of a lot of people, and you're thinking that your opinion is the only opinion that matters, what happens is you can end up wanting getting yourself in situations and predicaments that you might not want to be in because of the ego. The unhealthy ego, which is just that driving force of me, I, my opinion. Everyone should see things my way. And then, that's the self-proclaimed people out here, claiming that me, I, my opinion, my perception, y'all should see things how I see them, And another thing too is, during this shift in this time, we are going to have to make a transition from a lot of the behavioral patterns that we have been programmed into. You feel what I'm saying? We've been programmed into a way of life that's more of a crabs in a barrel mentality than it is a uplifting and helping people mentality. One of the smartest pieces of advice that I ever got when I was younger is if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. And even myself has fallen into the trap of not applying that piece of wisdom that I had gotten, because even if someone provokes you and in a negative light, or you may provoke someone else in a negative light and say something that you may have not meant to or even would have wanted to say, but you did it anyways. You have to, now there has to be a level of maturity. If someone says something to you that provokes you, where you now have to be like, okay, let me not respond in a negative way, or let me respond in some type of intellect. Let me respond in some type of logical way. Let me not just go off my emotions, because when you make permanent decisions, when you have temporary emotions, this is just not a good thing. A lot of people are making permanent decisions underneath temporary emotions, and it changes their life, and oftentimes not for the better. So, oftentimes we need to take a breather, we need to take a breath, and then we need to find solutions. That's part of being positive, and not negative. When you're more positive and you're radiating in that positive energy, when you're radiating in that positive energy, you're more solution oriented, meaning that there is a solution for every problem. But if you're a problem child, as they call them, if you're someone that's more prone to being a problem child, then that means you're going to find a problem for every solution. So,
all right, y'all, going ahead and drop me a comment, smash the heck out of that like button, and share. Thank you guys in advance.
Even if someone does give you a solution, you're going to find a problem for their solution. This is why I stated, when we're getting back into this, putting to practice the information and really change the narrative of how we respond. When you're a more positive person, it may seem
Y'all, I ain't got much to say. I just wanted to point out that we have comments now because at this juncture is where I actually caught the live. So, yeah, there's comments now, y'all. They're probably not going to be too interesting because he didn't have that many people in his chat. But let's see.
It may seem weird and different to people that are more negative. You know, this society is more negative drama. Just look at the all these television shows that they have out today. It's all drama. You know, crying and people, getting mad at each other and tearing people down. You ain't shit. You ain't this. You ain't that. That's the part of, you know what I'm saying? You gotta have tough skin, and you do have to have tough skin. I'm not saying be a pushover. Listen, I'm not saying be a pushover, and I'm not saying we shouldn't be soft when someone says whatever they say about us. Like, no, have tough skin. Like, learn to take it. Like, it ain't nothing. But this is part of, how you can view certain things like that in a more positive perspective. I'm giving you like a cheat code to.
Y'all, don't mind that big ass subscribe button. I had to put it there because it's covering some sensitive information that could potentially reveal one of my troll accounts. So it's just going to be up there until that little message goes away, and it's not really going to be there long. All right, y'all? But yeah, feel free to subscribe if you want to.
I'm giving you like a cheat code to be able to look and view things in a more positive perspective, to where when something is said, or when something when things are not necessarily moving in the direction in which you feel like they should move from the perspective of how someone may be viewing you, don't take it to the point where you're getting overly emotional, to the point where you're not able to think logically, you know what I'm saying, and mitigate the amount of destructive interferences that you have in your life. Because to build a nation, to build, a tribe, or whatever it is you guys are putting forth, to change the culture, to change the narrative, to be the change, you have to have great concentration. And there's going to be a lot of things that pop up in your reality to be a distraction. That is the only goal, is for those things to be a main distraction in your life. Point blank period. You'll have things that are specifically sent into your reality.
Okay, y'all, who here doesn't believe that Tron, aka Logan, aka Whom Canoom, is indeed regurgitating Eligio Bishop, aka Nature Boy, aka Three Gods rhetoric? Put it in the comments. We need to know who you are.
Things that are specifically sent into your reality. They may not even realize it. You feel what I'm saying? But it's meant to be a distraction in your life. And if you don't have concentration, if you're not, focused with tunnel vision, then it's gonna easily be a stumbling block for you, And you hung up off every word. You hung up off every little thing. You hanging up off. And I'm saying this from experience. I've been on both sides of the coin. And it just takes a level of mastery. That's all it takes. It just takes a level of mastery. And don't get mad if you trip up or you whatever. Like, come on, man, you're kidding me. And it's crazy because I was listening to somebody talk about basketball the other day, and they were just talking about some of the greatest basketball players. And this is like, it's funny because this is like very synonymous to what I'm talking about right now. Some of the best basketball players that you know of today, the best in the game, some of the best basketball players in the game were not good when they first started. And it took them very, very long in order for them to master the art of basketball. Same with fighting and fighters. Some of the greatest fighters that you know of, were not great at fighting when they first started. Some of them were like trash, you feel what I'm saying? Some basketball players were absolute trash. And it just took that practice, it just really took that concentration to get good. But had some of these basketball players listen to other people when they missed a shot and say, oh man, you missed a shot, you ain't never gonna be good. Like, man, you see this dude? He can't even shoot the 3-point. He can't even shoot, he can't even do a layup, man. This dude ain't never gonna be good at basketball. If that person were to listen to all that chatter and not focus in on becoming a better basketball player to be one of the greats, ain't no one would be saying them names right now. You feel what I'm saying? And that's just an example, that we can utilize in everyday life. I know people
kind of makes me feel a little bad for Tron, aka Logan, aka Hum Kanum, to hear him use this, story about the basketball player and him listening to chatter, yada, yada, yada. Because it only reveals to me that he may be struggling with low self esteem. Because only a person with low self esteem would allow anyone to derail their dreams, their ideas, their thoughts. So I'm thinking that's probably how Eligio Bishop, aka Nature Boy, aka Three God, reeled him in because of his low self esteem.
Everyday life. I know people would not like for certain examples to be utilized and then specified to a specific individual, especially the people that want to tear you down, because they don't want, there to be any kind of relatable story of anyone that's successful or great to you. They wouldn't want that, because that means that you have the same potential to be great as someone that is great that they may look up to. You feel what I'm saying? So that means there has to be a level of like, dang, you know what I'm saying? God, nigga, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, you feel me? He right, like, you know what I'm saying, does have potential to be a great person. You feel me? So, this is the stuff. This is the stuff that we have to, you know what I'm saying, that we have to understand, man, especially in this day and time, But like I said, it takes trials and tribulations. Nothing is gonna be peaches and cream. Like I said, you have to do the evaluation. You have to evaluate your life, evaluate the things in your life. You just have to do evaluations, man. Evaluating is a healthy thing to do. It's very healthy. I'm gonna get into the comments. I know some people out here are into the comments, writing comments and stuff like that. Oh, that's a lady. Where? So let's see what's going on with the comments real quick. Peace to y'all, man. What's good? People project a lot. Absolutely. People project a lot.
All right, y'all. Going ahead and drop me a comment. Smash the heck out of that like button and share. Thank you guys in advance.
I'm writing a weekly astrology, psychological, and spiritual plans as we speak, and gonna head
Y'all, please pardon that big ass subscribe button again. There was another piece of sensitive information that could potentially reveal my troll account. So I had to cover it up. But y'all could feel free to subscribe if y'all want to. Go on ahead and subscribe.
Speak and gonna heal everything from application of that information. Absolutely. That's great. Nuwapian, absolutely, it says, but I still do even, hold on, I'm going to, so conscious melanated, this person was saying some things, let me get to it, yo. And absolutely, man, if you want to say Nuwapian, Sabine, it is something I'm putting into practice, the knowledge and information I am putting into practice. Oh, wow. Yep. Numika, what's good? Peace to everyone that's in the room right now. If anyone has any questions, y'all can ask some questions too. What's good, family? Hey, not Ether, Market, what's good? Not Ether, Marcus, hey, shouts out. Absolutely, Nuwapian, Sabine, putting the culture into practice, of course, activating the information, man, like, definitely not an American. You know what I'm saying? They try to say we're Americans. I'm not American. Hatepu Ashuk. But no, that's good. That's good that you recognize that you're writing and putting certain information into practice. That's really good. That's really good. That's a positive thing to do. So you definitely should be on that. Putting in that practice information. So I came up with the 9 things to do to gain and get back your time. So I know a lot of us have been so, focused on things that have taken away from our concentration and our ability to receive.
Tron, aka Logan, aka Whom Canoom, over here at the Medea movement, we are already squared away, sir. We are a movement of people of all ages, all races, all ethnic backgrounds, all of it. And we are fully squared away, sir.
And our ability to receive information because we're not concentrating, pulling information from the mental reservoir and, the Akashic records, right? You tap into that when you are able to make a connection through your etheric cord, and you can pull from the fourth plane dimension. But that comes with concentration, and that comes with a certain level of spiritual awareness, conscious awareness. Sorry, hold on, y'all. I'm getting back to the music because I had just played it again. Yeah. So that's what that is. Right way better than a regular grade citizen. Absolutely. When meditating, how to experience transcendental meditation. When meditating, how to experience transcendental meditation. Can you elaborate on the transcendental part? Do you mean when you go into a meditative state, how to enter into other realms, or to detach your physical, detach yourself from the physical body, and then be able to go into other planes, as some may say?
Okay, in this plane and astro body, and okay. All right, let's just listen, y'all. I'm gonna just listen.
As some may say, there are breath exercises for this stuff. Breath exercises, specific times and times where you do this stuff, like at 3 o'clock at night, at 3 p.m. at night. This is where there's actually a gate that's open, and this gate is the gate that allows you access to these other dimensions. You know what I'm saying? The unseen realms. So at 3 a.m. is a great time to practice these certain this certain kind of meditational practices to be able to experience certain transcendental experiences.
All right, y'all, going ahead and drop me a comment, smash the heck out of that like button, and share. Thank you guys in advance.
You lose essence of physical phenomena basically, but cannot focus and hone in long enough. Lucid dream is a little bit different because when you're lucid dreaming, it's some people say when you're lucid dreaming, that's something that I've heard two different things when it comes to lucid dreaming. I've heard with lucid dreaming, I've heard that it's something that is I would say not self-inflicted, but like you started that yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like you went into that state of being consciously doing it yourself. Whereas other people say it's when you're dreaming and you become lucid that it becomes a lucid dream. Not that you started with the intention to lucid dream. You feel what I'm saying? Like you were intuitively or you were intentionally okay, I'm gonna do this practice right here before I sleep in order for me to have a lucid dream, right? But yeah, lucid dreams are you know what I'm saying, that's another thing to experience right there. And experiencing lucid dreams, that wakes you up to a whole different level, man. You get woken up to a whole different level when you start lucid dreaming. You start dreaming, period. You start having dreams. A lot of people aren't even dreaming nowadays. Like, you talk about lucid dreams, a lot of people aren't even having any dreams because People aren't connected to the earth like they should be. The Wi-Fi on your phone and the Wi-Fi in your house or in your neighborhood or in the apartment complex that you live in is preventing y'all from having lucid dreams or vivid dreams or being able to have some of the dreams that you need to have in order for you to get certain messages. These EMF waves, that's electromagnetic pulses, or these electromagnetic frequencies that are being emitted.
All right, who here still does not believe that Tron, aka Logan, aka Whom Canoom, is indeed regurgitating Eligio Bishop, aka Nature Boy, aka Three Gods teachings? Drop it in the comments. We need to know who you are.
Frequencies that are being emitted are literally to prevent you from having these certain experiences. Now, it doesn't affect everyone the same. Like I know someone who she dreams a lot, man. She has dreams like every night, you know what I'm saying? And she's just, she's dreaming, she's dreaming. And some people are just, they can tap into it, but like I said, it's best for y'all if you have phones or if you have Wi-Fi hotspots or if you have a modem to turn those off at nighttime, because those things are literally, they're subtle frequencies and waves that's just also, affecting your sleep and your ability to have dreams, but it's also affecting your molecular structure of your body. You have something called a living matrix, and the cells in your body communicate off electrical impulses. So these electromagnetic frequencies that are being emitted in the air from your phone and your home appliances and devices, and also these radio waves that are in the air are affecting your cells. They are affecting your living matrix. So I recommend y'all go out and get a grounding mat. You can get these grounding mats on Etsy, Etsy.com. You go on Etsy and they have a grounding mat, which is like essentially it's an earthing mat. And what it does is you plug the grounding mat into your socket. You know what I'm saying? You have a socket where you plug like your phone up. There's 3 prongs. You have 2 at the top and you have 1 at the bottom. The 1 prong at the bottom is the one that grounds all the electricity of your house to the earth. So outside of your house, you'll notice that there's street poles with street lights. And if you follow these street poles where the street lights are on, sometimes you'll see a rod connected, like a metal rod connected to the earth, directly to the earth. A metal rod will be stuck into the ground, and then there will be a wire that's connected from the rod that's connected into the ground all the way up, following all the way up to the telephone pole, and that's just to ground the electricity in to the earth in the event that there is a thunderstorm or a bad lightning storm, that the lightning hits the electrical wires that are on these telephone wires or these telephone poles, and it will harness the energy, and it will transmit that energy to the ground, because the earth will neutralize any excess amount of higher voltage charges. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people, their bodies have built up a lot of voltage and a lot of charge from just holding these cell phone and these devices and being on your computer all the time and not being able to be on the earth.
All right, y'all. If you haven't picked up your copy of Greatness is a Habit, authored by Aaron Dixon, otherwise known as True. Many of you know him as True. He is an ex-Carbonnation member, and he's authored this amazing read. If you are interested in self-development and growth, this book is a good one for you. It's available on Apple Books for $1, guys. I got my copy, and I love this book.
A lot of people's homes and houses are not grounded, because when you build a house, you build it up off of the ground. You feel what I'm saying? The modern day houses that are built today are built up off the ground, and they're built with wood. And wood is an insulator. It insulates the communication of electromagnetic frequencies or energies or electricity. You know what I'm saying? Wood does that. So wood and rubber are insulators. You have wood that your house is built from, and then you have rubber that's on your shoe that's insulating. this stuff, you can learn about this stuff. I learned about this stuff way back in like 2014. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is stuff that a lot of white people be on, this type of information.
So is he saying that he joined Melanation in 2014? Because I could have sworn it was 2015 when he joined Eligio Bishop, aka Nature Boy, aka Three God, in the cult.
Stuff that a lot of white people be on, this type of information. You know, my one of my best friends' dad, who was a Freemason, he knew this information, the science of grounding and stepping on the earth and stuff like that, man. Like, this stuff ain't no new information. Like, this stuff has been out here. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know, I was applying this stuff back in my hometown where I was, where, you know what I'm saying, I was just, you know, outside stepping on the earth. And it really, what it does is it helps reduce inflammation in the body.
Okay, so he says that he was grounding long before he met Eligio Bishop, aka Nature Boy, aka Three God, because of his friend's father. All right, Tron, aka Logan, aka Whom Canoe.
Does is it helps reduce inflammation in the body. It helps align to your cells, and you know, just a lot of things, you know what I'm saying, get activated and actually, you know, help, you know, with the building and the neutralization of negative frequencies or energies that you may be building up in your body, you know, due to the fact that we're not connected to the earth like all the rest of the animals are. You know what I'm saying? Like, even a bird will, you know what I'm saying, find, you know, cover or ground when it's on a tree, or when it, you know what I'm saying, it might perch on a rock or something like that, like, or, you know, it will go to a highest point of the mountain, like an eagle will go to a highest point of the mountain, and it might just, you know, chill on top of the mountain, you know. But all animals have a connection to the earth, you know, in some way, shape, form, or fashion, you know. But us, as humans, we have just been so intelligently disconnected, and this is why a lot of people are experiencing so much. They're experiencing so much chaos mentally in their reality, is because their body is not assimilating to the natural circadian rhythm that we connect to when we are plugged into the earth. The earth is like the motherboard, you know what I'm saying? The earth is like the motherboard, it's a grid. And when we tap into that grid, we're tapped into, you know, the information that gets transmuted or that gets disseminated, you know, on the grid, through the grid, you know what I'm saying? So we need to connect to the motherboard. We need to connect to the earth, you know, in order for us to truly be at more at peace, you know what I'm saying, and more in a neutral state. A lot of people are so hostile and so angry, not only because of the food that they're eating, but also because they're not, you know, seeing nature on a daily basis. A lot of people live in cities. Some cities are some of the most hostile environments. You feel what I'm saying? You notice that? Notice how cities are some of the most hostile environments. And notice how also cities rarely have any trees. And if they do have trees, they're planted trees, you know what I'm saying, that they planted. It's not like you'll see a whole forest in a city. That doesn't happen. You feel what I'm saying? And in these environments that people are at in the forest, they're more at peace. Of course, you got some, you know what I'm saying, nutcases out there and people that pop out the woodworks in the forest doing some crazy stuff. But what I'm saying is that generally, you know, people are more at peace. You know what I'm saying? Even the most craziest person that you might find in nature or in the forest is nothing compared to.
All right, y'all, going ahead and drop me a comment, smash the heck out of that like button, and share. Thank you guys in advance.
The nutcases and the crazy people that you'll see, you know what I'm saying, you know, in these hostile environments, in these hoods, in these areas, shooting, killing people on a daily basis. Like, it's a regular thing. Like, that's just life, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, these projects were literally a project and an experiment. People talking about, you know what I'm saying, they cloned Tyrone. You know, that's just, you know, a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, are, you know, more conscious awareness people. You know, we have the understanding, but it didn't really hit for people, I think, until some people actually watched that movie, They Cloned Tyrone, you know what I'm saying? Where now people can actually make a connection, a neurological connection to some of the, you know, information that was disseminated in that video from seeing certain actors playing characters that are symbolic to people that we may see in our, you know, in our environments, you know what I'm saying, like the hoods and the ghettos and the projects, you know what I'm saying, today of America, and being able to, you know, really look and see some of the subliminal messages that were being put in right in front of your eyes in that particular movie. This is why it's such a big topic of discussion right now. That movie, because it was elaborating on a lot of stuff that people have been saying for a long period of time. Just wasn't until they came out with a movie to where it clicked for some people, where people were like, yo, that's real, you know? So it's a reality, man. It really is a reality. You moved out the city and now you're away from the light pollution. Exactly. And now it's dark. You know, light pollution also, people don't understand, when you're in an environment where there's a lot of light pollution, this affects the way that you sleep at nighttime. You know what I'm saying? It affects, because like there's been scientific studies that show what your brain looks like in specific environments, especially when you're in environments where there's heavy light pollution, and your brain is actually still or is way more active when you're in an environment where there's a lot more light pollution and noises that you wouldn't hear in a natural setting. When you're hearing horns honking and you're hearing fire trucks going down the street, and you know, cops with their alarms, you know what I'm saying, going 90 miles an hour, and all the smog in the air and all this stuff is affecting, you know what I'm saying, your being, you know what I'm saying? It's disrupting, you know what I'm saying, your living matrix. It's disrupting to your health. It's disrupting to your mental, you know? These are unnatural noises, or I would say noises that are more destructive interferences, you know? That's why you do feel more at peace when you're in a natural environment. But for
All right, y'all. If you haven't picked up your copy of Greatness is a Habit, authored by Aaron Dixon, otherwise known as True, many of you know him as True. He is an ex-Carbonnation member, and he's authored this amazing read. If you are interested in self-development and growth, this book is a good one for you. It's available on Apple Books for $1, guys. I got my copy and I love this book.
some people in natural environment could seem like hell, you know what I'm saying, due to the fact that people have been so programmed, you know, and been running. That's another thing. When you're in nature, what nature will do is it gives you an ability to be at peace, and all of those thoughts that are in your subconscious mind that you might have not been actively thinking about because your brain is so busy processing all the sounds and the smells and the noises and, you know what I'm saying, and the colors and the shapes and the things that you're seeing in your environment is so busy processing all of that information that is truly destructive, you know what I'm saying, to your brain and to your mental, right? It's so busy processing that information that you're not actually at a balanced state of peace to be able to process other information that you may have going on in your subconscious, lingering in your subconscious mind. And a lot of people have suppressed emotional trauma in their subconscious mind. They have emotional traumas suppressed in their subconscious mind. And it's not until you get away from the distractions, all of the distractions that you put around yourself, to where you can actually address those things and get to the root of those things so that you're able to be more at peace. But if you're not able to address those things, then what you are going to do is you're going to keep pushing those traumas back. You're going to keep pushing those traumas back, and you're just going to keep adding on and pushing back certain traumas and triggers that are triggering those traumas until you pop like a soda pop. You know what I'm saying? Like a Coke bottle. You know what I'm saying? And when you pop, you know what I'm saying, with all that emotion, you know, it's, especially in these hostile environments, you know what I'm saying, you might be looking at 30 years, you know what I'm saying?
Does anybody understand what Tron, a.k.a. Logan, a.k.a. Whom Kanoom, is talking about? Because I damn sure don't.
You might be looking at 30 years, you know what I'm saying, doing prison sentences because of your, inability to be able to confront those, emotional traumas that you have in your psyche, you know. And a lot of people just haven't reached a state of emotional intelligence to be able to handle themselves and their emotions in a constructive manner, you know, which is why we see, you know, so much going on amongst many other things that are contributing to this kind of behavior. This is just a small section and a piece of what's really happening and what's taking place. There's so much more as well as contributing to the behavior and of what's really going on in these type of environments. So we need to take it upon ourselves, you know, saying to be, open to, mastering and getting deep into, you know what I'm saying, the things that we have, the traumas that we have to work on with ourselves. And, you know, also forgive ourselves for things we may have done in the past, because you don't want to be in a state of regret. You never want to be in a state of shame. You know what I'm saying? Yes, you may have done things in your past that were not necessarily the healthiest, or you may have had things that have happened to you that were traumatic, that weren't the healthiest or weren't good experiences. But don't feel ashamed, you know what I'm saying? And don't let people try to make you feel shame. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's stupid, because, you know what I'm saying, you don't want to feel that. When you God and you're in a God mode is not, you know, worrying about, you know, all the shame of, you know, how I'm feeling about this circumstance and what happened to me, and playing the victim role. God is just going to move past that. You know what I'm saying? God will move past that and get to the root and understanding, and mature and grow and develop from those situations. Be able to logically, you know, process and analyze the circumstances that they have gone through, and then be able to maturely move forward, knowing that the only thing that is consistent in reality is change. That's the only thing that's constant in reality in life, is change. And I'm saying change of all things. Change is inevitable. You know what I'm saying? So as you make change and as you grow, you know what I'm saying, you can glow. You know what I'm saying? You can be like, yo, that's beautiful. You know? But yeah, never get out of that vibration of shame, because that's a low frequency, and that will trap a lot of people. A lot of people are going to get left behind mentally because they're ashamed. They're ashamed of things that they did, or they're ashamed of things that happened to them, or they just, you know what I'm saying, they just have that kind of energy going on. Don't allow that to seep into the essence of your soul.
All right, y'all, go on ahead and drop me a comment, smash the heck out of that like button, and share. Thank you guys in advance.
Stand strong and know who you are. You know what I'm saying? Know thyself. Move with that God confidence. You feel what I'm saying? That Gadad and Gadad confidence. You know what I'm saying? That God is confidence. You know, we gotta move in that. You know, it's real. What about other aura flesh around you as, and what if the ascending A and F, you have a partner who is not on the path of ascension? If you have a partner that's not walking with you on your path, eventually you guys will have to you know, split. If you're walking on a specific path, and they actually did a study about this, and I hope you're still on the live. If you're not, I'm going to save this live specifically for you in this question. If you are walking with somebody and this person is not in alignment with you, eventually you and that person will have to part. Whether that be a family member, whether that be a relationship, a person that you're with, or whether that be a friend. If you guys are not in alignment with, you know what I'm saying, your with how you think and how you move, eventually you guys will have to depart from each other. Now, you can love somebody at a distance. You might have a friend that you just can't hang out with on a daily basis, but they might call you up every once in a while, and you guys might have a conversation and what like that, but they just may not be a person that you want to have in your intermediate reality, you know what I'm saying, like in a person-to-person basis, due to the fact that their nature and their, you know, the things that they do are not aligning with the things that you do. You feel what I'm saying? So that comes back to that discussion I had about the constructive and destructive interferences. So if the person has a destructive, is creating, you know, if there's a destructive interference between you and that person, then you guys will eventually have to, you know, split. And there's two ways that can happen. It can happen in a mature, positive manner, or it can happen in an ugly, disastrous, F everything you stand for, F your existence type of mentality. You know what I'm saying?
Now, do y'all remember when Tron, a.k.a. Logan, a.k.a. Whom Kanum, left the cult, and Eligio Bishop, a.k.a. Nature Boy, a.k.a. Three God, didn't really make any big fanfare about it? He just announced that he was gone and that he kicked him out because he couldn't handle his liquor. Y'all remember that?
Mentality, you know what I'm saying? It really just comes down to the level of maturity that you and that individual are on, and how you guys are able to make your departure from each other, if that's the route that you guys are on. But the statistic of what I want to tell you about is how they have done statistic studies to show that people that share partners or relationships that share the same religion, or you know, share the same principles or beliefs or ideals, end up lasting a lot longer, due to the fact that they have more to relate You know what I'm saying? Relating, you know, relationships. Relationships are transportation ships, right? Let's break the word down, right? Relation is to relate. So you relating to the person that you're in a ship with. And what is a ship? A ship is a form of transportation to get you from point A to point B, or wherever that may be. You feel me? So you're in a relationship and it's just transporting you. You guys can travel together in the same taxi. Uber, you know what I'm saying? Lyft, you know what I'm saying? And you guys can travel together. Or, you know, you guys can travel separately. Might reach the same destination. Just may not, you know, travel together, you know, reaching the same destination. So it all depends on your ability and with that partner to come to those kind of understandings. And if you guys are going to grow together, and relationships are not peaches and cream, relationships are not this Disney fairy tale perspective. That was a lie. That is just something that they feed you as young, to the women especially, so that when they get older, they can get their hearts crushed and broken. And, you know, from that trauma of getting their hearts crushed and broken from what.
All right, y'all. If you haven't picked up your copy of Greatness is a Habit, authored by Aaron Dixon, otherwise known as True. Many of you know him as True. He is an ex-Carbonnation member, and he's authored this amazing read. If you are interested in self-development and growth, this book is a good one for you. It's available on Apple Books for $1, guys. I got my copy, and I love this book.
They thought our relationship would be, or what they thought, you know what I'm saying, our relationships look like from being programmed from these TV shows and these Disney shows and things of that nature. When they get in real reality, when they get in real life, the programs that they've been programmed with from the television, right, which is telling lies to your vision, when they realize that that's not what life is in real life, then what happens is they go through a very traumatic experience, and that traumatic experience emits a certain energy, and that certain energy, dark forces and beings will feed off of. When I say dark forces, I'm not talking about like, you know, dark ether beings, you know what I'm saying? Because that's, the dark doesn't have to, I'm not using dark in a representation of black or dark, etheric, triple black darkness. That's not what I'm talking about. When I say dark beings, I'm really just talking about disagreeable beings, or beings that actually feed off that lower kind of energy. You know what I'm saying? The energy that we emit, the frequencies that we emit when we're under stress, when we're under trauma, stress from traumas, things that we've experienced, that emits a certain energy, and there are certain beings that feed off that kind of energy. Just like when you're positive and you're doing positive things and you're around positive people, you know what I'm saying, that you might feed off that energy and it might be positive for you. You know what I'm saying? It'll be a good thing for you. You know what I'm saying? That kind of energy is, oh yeah, I like that. It's positive energy. I feed off that. It's good. You know what I'm saying? So there's beings that feed off that more negative energy. You know what I'm saying? Where you feed off more positive energy. You feel me? So yeah, that's the thing right there. So I hope I answered your question, and I will save this video specifically for you so you can get that little jewel right there. Are you still here? Okay, cool. Absolute. Gratitude, absolute gratitude. Elite, Sunny Jet, golden, obsidian, black tourmaline, hematite, and more crystals for protection, bro. Absolutely. What kind of crystals can protect us from it? Okay, there you go. Ebony complex. Yes, conscious melanated God just gave the crystals that you can utilize to protect yourself from these type of beings. It says Elliot shungite, golden obsidian, black tourmaline, hematite, and more for those crystals for protection. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? These are definitely some good protection crystals for protection. You can actually even take a quartz crystal, like here. You can take a quartz crystal, and you can chant over the quartz crystal, and you can program that quartz crystal to be more, you know what I'm saying, for protection. You know what I'm saying? Because a quartz crystal will store information and energy. So you can take this quartz crystal and you can just chant over it, you know what I'm saying, and just say positive things to it, and just, you know what I'm saying, carry this around with you. that's also a spell too. Like, let me tell y'all something. Another way to provide protection is just by saying positive things. When you say positive things that you, when you say positive things that you're willing into your reality, then what happens is your reality starts to change and starts to reflect the positive things that you are saying, and it brings those experiences, it brings those people into your reality. So saying positive things, chanting positive things on a daily basis, it brings good fortune. You know what I'm saying? Because you're casting a spell. What are words? Spelling, words. It's a spell. You know what I'm saying? So words are spells. So when you write this down, I recommend y'all get a journal, right? I don't have my journal on me. It's in my car right now. But I write in my journal. You know what I'm saying? And as I write in my journal, I actually have certain chants and certain certain things I say. You know what I'm saying, on a habitual basis. Just casting those spells out there because I understand.
Y'all, I wish all of these ex-cult members would get some help, some psychiatric help. They need medical attention to help them to get back to a sense of normalcy, because this right here, this is Tron, aka Logan, aka Humkanum, just regurgitating over and over Eligio Bishop, aka Nature Boy, aka Three Gods, put your quotas up, teachings.
Just casting those spells out there because I understand that whatever I put out is going to come back to me. Now, it's not to say that you won't have adversity. It's not to say that, everything's going to be peaches and cream. No, that's not always the case either. But it does help, and it does change to alchemize the energy in your reality. You feel what I'm saying? So, yeah, so that's why I say, this is a quartz crystal. Quartz crystals are quantum converters. So it does amplify when you're chanting, when you're praying, when you're doing things like that. You can utilize crystals like this one, such right here, to amplify the things that you are willing into your reality. So, I hope that that little jewel right there gave you something. Of course, let me see. Let's see what's going on. Okay. Absolute. So yeah. So that's pretty much it, man. If anyone's having any other questions, man, y'all can ask the questions. Y'all can put into more questions. Let me show y'all something real quick though. Let me show y'all something real quick. This is the thing I'm working on right now. So this is what I'm working on right now. Set up programs to reprogram or be programmed. And then you have
Tron, aka Logan, aka Humkanum. You're going to definitely need more than that to deprogram your mind from Carbonnation, from the cult, and from Eligio Bishop, aka Nature Boy, aka Three God. I'm telling you this because it's the truth. You need to get some cult deprogramming extensive. You were there for 5 years following this man, calling him your Messiah, calling him your higher self, giving him honor and reverence for information that he basically Googled online.
Be programmed. And then you have, these are going to be, so these are the 9 things that you want to do on a daily basis to be able to, do these on a daily basis. Now, this is the trick, right? If you apply these 9 things and you do these on a daily basis, you will transform your life. And you will also get back time, in your life. A lot of people are so glued to these phones and these screens. When I say this, I'm saying me, myself included, I have, had to, create a program system even for myself so that I can utilize my time more wisely. You feel what I'm saying? Because we're in the age of information nowadays, but we're also in the age of programming. We're also in the age of AI. We're also in the age of MK Ultra. We're also in the age of understanding what the Matrix is. So the metaverse, or this online internet, right, is essentially what is programming people's minds, because people are so glued to these phones. People are so glued to these screens that their time spent in actual reality and actual life, it has been mitigated and it has been eliminated to the point where people literally have full-blown jobs to where they're online doing work online on a job, you know what I'm saying? And then they go home and then they're online on their phone. So people have literally, or they're lost in a video game, in a whole world, in a video game.
Y'all, I ain't even finna hold y'all. I just need a break. I need a little break from listening to him. Y'all know how I be doing. I be taking my little breaks.
Whole world in a video game, lost in the metaverse, in the matrix. People are not spending any time in real life. So this program that I have created right here is it goes right here: set up programs to reprogram or be programmed. And you're taking 30 minutes, you know what I'm saying, out of your day, which is 2 hours and 70 minutes. You're taking that time out of your day in order for you to it's 270 minutes, my bad. It's 270 minutes, right? It's 270 minutes, you know what I'm saying, out of all these 30 minutes, and you're taking this time out of your day. You're taking this time back. And let me go through it, right? The first one says 30 minutes of meditation and breath work. So this is the first one. You wake up in the AM before you go and eat food or drink something, or you can drink something, but before you go and do the things you're going to do, take 30 minutes when you wake up and meditate your meditation and your breath work. This is what I recommend, right? The second thing is 30 minutes of stretching / yoga. You take 30 minutes to put in stretching and yoga. You fit that into your day, right? Then the third thing is 30 minutes of working out. So you should take 30 minutes out of your day, each day, and work out just for 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, this is just a program that I created. You guys can tweak it however you want. This is just how I set mine up, right? The fourth thing is 30 minutes of reading. A lot of people do not have a great comprehension ability because of the lack of reading, the lack of meditation, the lack of connecting and tuning in with self. So, reading does help with that because it focuses on your concentration. When you're reading, you have to focus on, the book and reading what's in the book. So you're taking your mind and you're concentrating it on one thing. Rather, when you're online and you're scrolling, going through many different things, you're receiving a stimuli of a bunch of different information in a short amount of time, which is literally overloading your brain with information. And now you're programming your brain to receive information in that format. So it no longer, what it does is it distorts your ability to concentrate, and it also distorts your ability to comprehend certain things because your comprehension level is directly connected to your attention span. You feel what I'm saying? So you have to get that back. This is why this whole program that I'm setting up right here is to gain back your attention span and your ability to concentrate. Because the name of the game in today's time is to take away your ability to concentrate, right? So the next one, the sixth thing right here, or the fifth thing right here is 30 minutes of writing. So 30 minutes of reading and then 30 minutes of writing. You know what I'm saying? You want to write. 30 minutes of writing. You know what I'm saying? This is very essential, I think I just added you, DT ISIS. Let me accept you again. Are you in there? Hey, Rahobed, peace, guys.
Y'all, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I fell asleep while recording this live. I actually woke up and the live had ended probably 10 minutes into when I fell asleep, but I fell asleep on it. So right now, I'm gonna be giving my commentary real time as I react to the rest of this live.
Hey, Rahobed, peace, guys. So yes, we have 30 minutes of that. The sixth thing right here is 30 minutes of being in nature. Being in nature is wonderful, as I just stated, because what it's doing is it's taking you back to self. It's taking you back to a neutral standpoint. Nature is a neutralizer. The colors that you see in nature help neutralize any negative thoughts or any imbalanced energies that you may have going on in you, mentally and physically. So connecting to nature is very key and very essential, and it should be utilized as a tool to recalibrate yourself back into alignment. You know what I'm saying? So that's a very important thing that you should do right there when it comes to that. The seventh thing And right here is the drawing and arts. Now, I say drawing because drawing helps with your visualization and it helps with your ability to recall things that you've seen. Like if you were to draw a tree, you would have to pull from your mental reservoir of what you've seen a tree, what it looks like, and then you would have to draw it. So it's a great exercise. I think that most people should do that. But if you're not a drawer, whatever your art is, that's why it says drawing arts. Then the eighth thing right here is grooming and self-care. Take 30 minutes out of your day to groom yourself, take care of yourself, love yourself. 30 minutes, just 30 minutes. It ain't that big. You know what I'm saying? 30 minutes. Come on now. Y'all can find the time to get some 30 minutes in so that you can take care of yourself. That's a very important thing. And then the last thing right here is 30 minutes of chanting, affirmations, and prayer. It can be any one of these three, but I do, you know what I'm saying? I do two of them. I do chanting and affirmations. It's a thing that I really apply to my life, and it's great. It's worked wonders for me. And utilizing this method right here will transform you. And that's pretty much what I have to say about that in particular thing right there. Peace, goddess. I know you in the building. You can
Greetings.
peace. What's good with you?
All right, y'all, going ahead and drop me a comment, smash the heck out of that like button, and share. Thank you guys in advance.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. I'm listening. I'm just, from another sector of the universe.
Absolutely. Love it. I love it.
However, I acknowledge the programming that is being done to the people.
Absolutely. And what's your take on? What's your take on?
Y'all, I just had to run that back. She just said that she's from another sector of the universe. All right, now this should be interesting.
What's your take on? What's your take on our approach as far as what we should do?
What's my take on the approach?
Yeah, like yeah.
I would say that there is just an element that is missing because some of us do not require a lot of the things that the earthlings require in order to sustain ourselves.
That's deep. Okay. There's an element of the, acknowledgement, and then individually acknowledging what we need in our own universe as far as what we're seeing, what we're experiencing, to be able to counteract and deprogram ourselves and reprogram ourselves with the proper mental and physical.
Yes. I can say that being an observer of this planet and the being that I am, that a lot of the things that we are programming our people with are things that are programmed by, not from our own people. Programmed people programs people. And there is a lot of us that do not require a lot of the external things that is here for one to just be. And although I acknowledge and I accept all, because I do know that there are earth creatures here on the planet that is looking to acquire the power of the supreme beings and to know what it is and just to understand it and comprehend it.
Absolutely.
At the same time, the ones that are here that does not require that, we are the ones that is being thrown stones at and called things and labeled things that is outside of the body. And so I agree, I like your bills, I appreciate them wholeheartedly, because Your builds are for the ones that needs the external building blocks to achieve it, so that when we appear, they can get it, right? They can accept it.
Absolutely.
Because without the ones that are teaching the external things like the tarot cards and the
I don't know if you guys know who the woman at the bottom of the screen is, so I will tell you. She is deity Isis. She is a supporter and a follower of Eligio Bishop, aka Nature Boy, aka Three God. She's never been in Carbonation, but she is one of those supporters who like are online supporters, donors. So this is why this part is like getting a little far out there, okay? Just so y'all know.
external things like the tarot cards and the stones and all this other stuff. Like, a lot of people think I wear stones and crystals because I wear stones and crystals because shit is our shit. Like, we designed it, you know what I mean? And so then you have the others that wear it in honor of the creators of it.
Truth.
And um and like you talk about programming, I always talk about people, how everybody is a program. Everybody, everything, every existence. And I don't want to say living organism, because everything that's here is not living.
Mm.
But it is here. And it is an unexplainable power. And there are teachers here as yourself, because I know that you do not stand in a space of belief. You stand in a space of knowledge and information, and you give it where it needs to be given. You know, and we, the supreme beings, appreciate that. What we will also like, in addition to that, is some type of lesson that's created that will infiltrate the minds, not the hearts, because we don't move by chakras. Chakras was created way after we was here, so we don't subscribe to chakras.
Right.
Everybody is a program, and everybody has their original perfect program. What 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 deviates us from our original program is the others outside of us that tells us, that gives us roles and knowledge. I myself, I am not a scholar. I'm in existence from the deep dark matter. I do not represent the light. However, there are some that is just here absolutely knowing, without a book. And what I desire is for the teachers, or the ones that call themselves the master teachers, to also teach that too, so that the ones that aren't that can accept the ones that comes that says that they don't require that.
I agree with that. And to add what you're saying is, there's different beings that come, say, from beyond, as myself, being from beyond. I was not a scholar to begin with. Got bad grades, was never good at school. What I had become was a result of what was needed at a specific time. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? As a supreme being myself, as coming from these, you know what I'm saying, darker waters, you know what I'm saying, from these.
Tron, aka Logan, aka Whom Canoom, you're considering yourself a supreme being because you were in a cult? Because you were a servant for 5 years to a mere man? You're not a supreme being, sir. You're someone who needs medical attention and cult deprogramming. You really do.
saying, darker waters, you know what I'm saying, from these darker spaces and these different places in different dimensions, certain beings do come to activate certain beings. How I know this is how it takes place is that there was a time in my space in my life where someone might look at me and they would say, okay, this person is not intelligent. When I say this, I'm letting you know, I was not the most brightest bulb on the market. But what happened and sparked, you know what I'm saying, in the midst of a moment to where I had the, like, the knowledge and the knowledge of the eternal. This meat suit and this fleshly body is not my soul.
She making a whole lot of noise, ain't she? But I can still hear him. Can y'all?
Not my soul. In the essence of my soul, which is eternal, that's who I am. That's something that is not destroyed. That is the supreme higher being of which I am, which derives from the etheric planes of which it comes from. You know what I'm saying? Now, what I did is I matched the intellect as far as when the bulb went off, as far as me, stepping into a role of reading and wanting to step back more into, like, knowing and the knowledge. That's where the teacher came out of me, because I started to learn a lot from my own personal experiences. And my own personal experiences were lining up with things that I was reading in books. Mind you, I never liked reading. So it's funny that you mentioned this, because it's like, this is how it all took place. And as in my meditation, and as I was in my own connection to my own soul, these things were revealed to me to be able to, and as much as for you too, and anyone else that's, aware of self, know thyself, anyone else that has the deeper understanding and awareness of who they truly are and their purpose will understand these things as well. And everyone's experience is different, because you have different supreme deity beings that came here for specific reasons. Just like when life was seeded here on Earth, you had 12 beings from Orion, and then you had 12 beings from Sirius star systems. Of course, there were other extraterrestrial beings that came from different dimensional spaces and from different universes and different galaxies.
All right, y'all. Going ahead and drop me a comment, smash the heck out of that like button, and share. Thank you guys in advance.
But when you understand where we derive from our bloodline, from our specific, lineage, where we derive from, this is where people start to make the connection. And you do have certain beings that come to disseminate information to help walk people back, to the connection of who they truly are. That's why you see a lot of people making ancestral connections to Africa, or making ancestral connections to the lineage of native people that were here in America, or Moroccan, this ancient place, you know what I'm saying? All of this stuff is going to link and allow people to make a genetic connection, back to a part of themselves, that they need to over and understand and understand to advance forward, and everyone is on different tiers as far as where they're at in their journey. But do understand and understand in these moments in time that the reprogramming of our minds, like she said, everybody is a program. God said they're programmed. Everyone's programmed by something or something. If you're speaking English language right now, you are programmed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's just understanding your program and learning how to utilize, what you have been programmed into to elevate yourself, to expand your consciousness, expand your awareness, and go beyond the limitations that have been placed on us, mentally and physically.
A lot of people is not going to accept that they are a program. You're the first thing that creates in a womb is the brain, and the brain is a unit of circuits. A unit of circuits. A unit is a collective that sustains itself within one order. And in order for it to be in order, there was a law given, and the law was given in terms of the concept of God. So God was given to you. It is a given thing. It is not an entity. It is a program. And that's what allows you to be exactly who you are on this planet. Some of them stay, some of them begin to get eliminated. Why? Because they are no longer vibrating on the frequency by which the planet chooses to vibrate. So when people say they're God, you are only a program within the concept of the law and order, within the circuitry of your unit that you were created from the embryo that you started with as XX before the universe decided to mutate the gene to XY. So there is a perfect program that is there, and it is not in your head. It is in your mind, aka your soul. The one thing that powers up your temple, or if you want to call it your consciousness, if you wanted to parallel it. So it's like a lot of people are afraid of me. They're frightened of me. They think I'm some deep, dark witch. I am. I am all of that.
Okay, who here is afraid of this woman at the bottom of the screen? Because I'm certain that more than half, if not all of y'all, have never seen her before. She said that there's a lot of people that are afraid of her. Girl, take several seats.
All of that. However, I come with the truth on my lips. I don't come to hurt and harm you. I'll come to suck your dick and fuck you and love you and hug you and have the babies and love my sisters and be the sister wife that I know that I am.
Did y'all peep how Tron, aka Logan, aka Whom Canoom's head popped up when she said, I come to suck your dick, I come to fuck you, I come. Where is she going with this, y'all? Let's listen. Let's listen.
Wife that I know that I am, and all of that. More than you people could ever be. Your jealousy, your racism, your oppression against your own self, the Stockholm syndrome that you've created within your own mind, the cognitive dissonance that you entertain within your own self. It's all you. It's no one else, it's you. It's only you. Because when you wake up and you go to sleep, guess who's there? You. So I don't get why people think for 1 second that there's some other entity that's forcing them or influencing them. No, the only influence is the program.
Are you, when you speak upon that, do you speak upon what some people would say spirit forces and things of that nature?
It's still them. It's like, as you spoken, there's a program. And there's far more programs than we can fathom.
Right.
And the program is what causes people to perceive. It's what causes people to feel. It's what causes people to entertain emotions. It's what causes people to perceive. It's what causes people to create choices. Because in our perfect program, we don't do none of those things. We just move in a knowing of perfectness. So when you are not doing that, you are being violated by a program that is
All right, y'all, going ahead and drop me a comment, smash the heck out of that like button, and share. Thank you guys in advance.
not your original perfect fucking program.
I like to relate it to natural nature. There's, for anyone that doesn't know, look up, there's something called morphic resonance. A morphic resonance is the essential blueprint in behavioral design of a specific thing based off its origin. So understanding this is important because when we are dealing with programs like I'll use diet for example, there are specific diets that best suit specific races in specific environments with specific blood types. This is just an example to give y'all to comprehend when
Yes.
it comes to programs. So certain programs are not good for you specifically or me specifically because of our natural nature, which ties into what I just stated about the morphic resonance, which connects us to our behavioral pattern based off our origin, point of origin. You feel what I'm saying? Whatever that may be, whether you be a dog, a cat, a gorilla, a monkey, you know what I'm saying, or whatever ant, you know, everything has this morphic resonance and a behavior that's attached to their existence. So when it comes to us aligning ourselves in certain ways with our natural nature, this is where we start to align ourselves with our specific purpose, which comes into your program. Now, then you have the people that are programmed, and then you have people that see the program like Neo in the Matrix, where when he was plugging in, he could see the ones and zeros. He could see the program. He understands the program. You know what I'm saying? Because he is the program, but he's consciously aware of it. You feel what I'm saying? So to be aware of that is where we are transcending one's mind to be able to see. And then from that ability, you can build, create, and become the gods and the goddesses, if you want to use that term, in this physical form of this reality. But there's many, you're not just in this, you're omniversal. We're omniversal beings. We're not just in this universe. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
We're omniversal. Soul is omniversal. It transcends, you know what I'm saying, all realms in as we're in this realm. You feel what I'm saying? Because it is eternal, you know, in that dark space, in that dark place. But that's all for anyone that has a soul. Not everyone has a soul. Some people are missing pieces of their soul. You know what I'm saying? So you have to work back up to building and connecting. And this is just the facts of the matter. It's not I'm better than you, no big eyes and no little U's. We're not in that realm. We're in a realm of correction. We're in a realm of reforming and revolving ourselves back into our original essence, who we truly are. You know, even past the mutation is what you stated, because we're all, every being in this reality and in today's time is mutated because of the mixing of the bloodlines and the genes. You know, even the purest of this time is in a physical form. You know what I'm saying? Has been mutated to some degree. You know what I'm saying? So we all have work to do. You know what I'm saying? We all are working and doing our best to establish ourselves and get back into our right standpoint. And the thing about it is, this is the trick of the deceiver will tell you that you are what I say you are, and that's it. But that's not true, because if you stand in the all expanding, then you have an understanding that all is expanding, meaning that you can't escape the expansion. You can't escape the awareness that is to come, whether it be this lifetime or the next. You can't escape that. It will come. Whenever it
It's
comes,
here.
it's here.
It's actually here.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
It's actually here, standing with us. So the all is here. I am the all. And I don't know if anybody ever listened. A lot of people think I'm fucking out of my mind. I'm not. I'm fucking Isis all set. And I keep telling people that. And for some reason, they don't want to fucking accept that. And I don't give a fuck. It's fucking okay. Right? So,
Child, you ain't saying nothing but a word. You know we think you crazy. Definitely.
so don't research me. Don't look for me in a book. Just hit me up in DM. Be like, I got questions about you, all set, Isis. That's the best way to know what the fuck is about to go on. Anything that you've read is a program. Because I didn't write it. I didn't write me about me. I would never do that. I would never place me in a program of words that I didn't create. So I'm going to go back to food. There's a lot of us that's on this planet that predates food and the concept of it and what it's supposed to do for you. So when we come to this planet and we indulge, it don't fuck with us. We indulge in it and we figure out why the fuck you tweaking out. And then that's how we figure out the placement of the origin of the species that's here, as you just stated. Some of us are in these type of categories, you know what I mean? And the categories are also a fucking program. And as long as people choose to stay in programs, then food will affect you in those ways. Like a lot of people say, what's your zodiac sign, Queen? I don't have one. I predate all of that.
There you go. I like that. I like that one right there. I say that. That's funny. That's funny.
Oh, what's your birth chart? Your birth chart is based on a Gregorian calendar that Queen Cleopatra and Julius Caesar created, just to sustain order between Egypt, Rome, and the other countries for the purpose of peace and harmony again amongst the people. Had nothing to do with the people that's coming in the next generations.
Truth.
It was only there for those moments. But you people have carried that, and you have created a death loop. A loop, they call it. A cycle, they call it. History repeats itself, they call it. There's nothing new under the sun, they call it. Energy can only be created, it can only be transformed. It cannot be created or destroyed. That stupid shit. Don't fucking speak for energy, because you don't know what the fuck energy and power can do. When you use the terms like only, you're coming from your own perspective. Do not speak for the source of power. The source of power can do any fucking thing it would like to do, even destroy the energy that it created and create some new shit. It will not recycle shit. We figured out what recycling fucking energy is. It just keeps us in the fucking loop. So the moment that we exist in now, because the all is here. See, I tell people I'm the all. I am not woman. I am not man. I am not a goddess. I am not a god. I am not a part of that program. We are here creating and emitting a new frequency that goes above and beyond the frequency that you're listening to right now. We surpassed that frequency. You see how IG pixelates me and it makes me look animated? Did you see that? You see how it changes my form? I begin to shapeshift, and then people wonder why I wear filters, because I begin to shapeshift. So let me put this shit on. Let me put a filter on. You know what I mean? Yeah, why you wear filters? You need to accept yourself. Blah 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 blah. Because when I shapeshift on this motherfucker, y'all can't handle it.
Yeah, when you start speaking in that tone, you start shaping, like that happens to me all the time. Where my image starts to distort. It's because you're emitting a certain frequency that the.
Y'all, if your brain on drugs was a person, it would be these two. Talking about something, they be shape-shifting. Boy, sit down.
It's because you're emitting a certain frequency that the can't pick up.
Because this is me. Isn't this beautiful? Isn't this gorgeous and sexy? Right? So they don't say shit about this. They want to say, but then when I do this right here, why you wearing filters? You need to love yourself. Blah, blah, blah. You don't even fucking know what I am. I wear a filter because if I start to shapeshift, you can't handle it. So what I love about what's going on now and what's exuding through the mutated genes, aka the XYs, aka you, is that you are telling the people that we are all programs. And I've been telling them this for the longest. I'm grateful now that because IG is the algorithm is fucked on my page.
Yeah,
So
shout out, Andy. Yep.
so when I with your algorithm too, just FYI, because I'm here. And it's okay. But I want people to know that the numbers that you see there is more than what you see. There are hundreds of thousands of people that are actually watching. It's just that they are not going to show you that. How I know? Because I read all of their minds and all of their energies, and I know it's more than just 10 people that's in this fucking live right now.
Absolutely.
It's
That's the
way
truth.
more. Way more. They're listening. Listen, you're gonna start watching them distort me. Like they're taking images of me. Anytime you see me in this pixelated form, they're taking images. Because like ISIS on the planet. Oh my God, we finally got a human picture of her.
Mm.
This is why I wear filters. So for anybody who want to know why I wear filters, that's fucking why. Not because I don't think that I'm cute. I'm a lady. Why wouldn't I think that I was cute? Now, are there witches on this planet? Yeah. Are there wizards on the planet? Yeah. Are there warlocks on the planet? Fuck yeah. I like to have sex with them. uh, are they dark matter energy on the planet? That's what I'm made up of. I am not a light worker. Let me tell you, when y'all begin to like see everybody saying peace, love, and light, peace, and everybody saying the same shit, you're in a program because everybody is saying the same shit. You gotta know what, like, you gotta know the difference. You gotta know that when your awakening is within the same program that you came here with. They plan that too.
All right, y'all, going ahead and drop me a comment, smash the heck out of that like button, and share. Thank you guys in advance.
You see how they pixelate me? You see how they make me all an animated character and shit? Like I done put on a filter and they still want to fuck with. You know what I mean? I don't know if y'all see this shit.
It's real. No, we see it, but I gotta ask you a question. So when you say the XYs and the XX, are you attaching, because from my understanding, and this is how I understand it, is that the essence of who we are as etheric beings coming from that realm is not always, or not, I wouldn't say it's not always, it's not always directly correlated with what we see as far as the XY and the XX, meaning that someone's soul, in the essence of their soul, could be in the form of a mutated physical being, but that mutation is just a vehicle to
Correct.
support the of,
Correct.
yes. Mm-hmm.
Correct. Because we were summoned to this planet. This is not the divine feminine's planet. It is not
Oh, your mic. Your mic. Your mic. We can't hear you. Something happened to. I know it's crazy, right? I don't know if you can hear me, but yeah, I can't hear you on your end. If you swipe up, if you have an iPhone, just swipe up real quick on your iPhone and then come back. Come back in. Oh, there you go. You're back. Oh no, Sid, they just took you out again. Dang. Hey, you can exit out and come back in. Oh, there you go. We can hear you now. We can hear you now. You're good. Gotcha. Oh, and then it went back out again. Dang. Okay. IG ain't. Oh, there you go. You got you now. We got you. You're in and out. See, look, you're in and out. Man, because you about to go in.
Hear me now?
Hey, I can hear you now.
Yeah, I can hear you now just a little bit. They always see they want a motherfucking bleep 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 bleep. Don't answer that question. Don't.
That's how it is, though. That's that information goes, and
Nation
it's
goes and it's like
like where your mind
where your mind going.
things that I've sat and
I've sat in that
knowing
come
being away from,
being away from.
which is why I was saying a lot of people are so distracted within they lost their own knowing to be able to tap into, to be able to come to these awarenesses, because we have a lot of souls, beings that are, you know what I'm saying, supreme beings that come like myself, you, and, you know, other people that I've come across that have this awareness, but you can only make that awareness through performing certain spiritual practices to be able to understand. Yes, books and information comes about as a service to help certain souls. You know what I'm saying? Some don't need it, as you state. But it's a real thing, man. Mm, yeah. It seems as if, okay, she went out there. All right, all right. So yeah. So 1 second, y'all. Are you there? Okay, if you there, ISIS, DT ISIS, if you're there, I do have to make a phone call real quick. This has been an amazing build. You know, I love the information that you've disseminated. Man, she just came in, said some great things. I'm gonna save this live. I appreciate you. I do have to call someone right now. It's a very important call. But yes, I appreciate it. I can't hear you right now, so if you could, yeah, you might have to.
I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I'm grateful.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Yes.
All right, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed this video as well as my commentary. Please be sure to drop me a comment, smash the heck out of that like button, and share. Guys, I want to give a warm welcome to all of my new subscribers. Hey, y'all. Welcome to the channel. To all of my OGs, my day ones, my ride or dies. Y'all already know what it is. Big up yourself. We in the building with it.